How do you homeschool as an ADHD parent? I'm fairly certain if I sat down with a test, it would definitely be like, you have ADHD. But instead, I just look at it as my brain works differently than other people's brains, and I need different tools in order to be able to thrive in life, and I'm willing to find those tools. Because I'm not willing to break my brain in order to fit into the mold of the world. But because I know that my brain does not work in the mold that the world tells me it has to work in, I know that I have to set things up differently. I know that I have to have very repetitive patterns in order to be able to thrive. Our homeschool curriculum is extremely easy to repeat, and if we skip a day, it's easy to pick up where we were. 2 chapters in a book, 1 lesson in math, 1 lesson in history, 1 lesson in science, done. And if you finish with a book, you move on right to the next one. We don't do grade levels, we just go. We don't do tests, we do discussions. Because I know if we get off our schedule, it's really easy to get back on. It's easily repeatable with a low risk of failure. If you hand me a boxed curriculum, things are not going to go well. My brain works on routine. It thrives on routine. I'm the type of person that can eat the same things over and over again and not get bored of it. Because it's easy to remember. Then I don't go off routine. Now, if my kids were in school, I would be on somebody else's schedule and I would have a high risk of failure there. Because now I'm paying attention to what somebody else is assigning for homework, what they're learning about things that I don't know anything about. And since they're learning about it away from me, I don't get the chance to relearn that and then add it to what I've learned in life. I'd be having to help with projects that I would find completely pointless. And I'd still have to be owning all the things like teaching them about life, about finances, about how to be able to thrive in this world, how to be able to build good habits for their brains and not just how to build good habits because that's how the school said to build these habits. I just feel like I would definitely be the nightmare parent for teachers because I would be like, that's stupid. I don't think they should have to do that. Which doesn't work when you go and sign your kids up for school because once you sign up for a program, you're obeying their rules. You've signed up for their rules, and I'm not good at following other people's rules, especially when I find those rules stupid. For example, homework. All you're doing is teaching kids to be a workaholic. I will never, ever assign homework. That's insane to me. Here, do all of your school during this time, but you're going to have to bring some of it home in order to be able to get that done so that you can be trained that you can't accomplish everything you need to in a workday. You're going to have to bring it home with you for a poor work-life balance. That just feels insane to me. Like, it really just sets them up to have poor boundaries with authority early on. And several of my kids have brains like mine, and I know that they would not thrive in a school setting. Some of them definitely would. But the ones that wouldn't, I needed to get them the correct executive functioning skills prior to them going into a college setting, or else they were not going to do well there. Because in college, you have a little bit more flexibility. In K-12, you don't have that flexibility. Because having that flexibility would be a nightmare for the teachers. And teachers don't need any more nightmares. Their job is hard enough. Now, if you personally are still struggling through ADHD, the 2 books that I recommend are Atomic Habits and 4-Hour Workweek. Both have a lot of really great tools that work for brains that think differently. It's not bad, it's not broken. They're just brains that think differently than the world thinks. And we need to do things differently in order to thrive. And with the right tools, we can thrive anywhere.